So let's learn some web development with React. I'll here explain more practical stuff like Visual Studio Code, and then using Visual Studio Code how we develop a basic React application. React is a very important front-end JavaScript library, and that's a very wanted skill set nowadays. Let's go into the course. So here you see three commands basically: npx create react app, my test app is the one which your application, and then you start the application by npm start, and this runs on your local host in that address. So once you execute these three steps, then you will have your React application running on your local host. This could be hosted on a server, then it will be available in a www.yourwebsite.com or anything. So here you see React application develop. Basically, it's a doesn't have any backend logic or databases. It just creates a front end build pipeline, and it's used for website development, mostly for single page or multi-page websites, and very easy tool chain. And many jobs are in this technology. So if you know, the best way is to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and then React, because React is a JavaScript library. So anything, it's just like different functionalities of JavaScript are packed and given as React. So here you have Visual Studio. So I have already done some preparation work so that I can just show what I'm doing here. So here in that Visual Studio, this is the application. When you run the application, you will see like that. So in the website of React, you can find a lot of useful information. I suggest you just go and have a look into it. So here you have docs, tutorial, blogs, and community. Do sign up for the community. You can ask your questions and learn more. And so Visual Studio Code is very easy to install. If you don't know, maybe I'll make a video later. But Visual Studio Code for Windows or on other Windows platform, and you just install it, and it's like a smaller version of Visual Studio Editor, which used to be big. And you have a terminal here. When you click, you have just basically a command prompt, and then here you can create an application and start. So test app is the application which I already created, and here you will have in this website you can get a basic example which you can basically code. Now I also post this code in the tutorials, and you can use it for your development. So here you have also a lot of code examples which you can use, and also tutorials, uh, basic code which you can execute and see how it works. So once you install the Visual Studio, you can start developing very simple React applications from scratch. So create a folder like called test app. Here I have already created a folder called test app, and then there inside move into that cold folder, and then you run the application. I'll show it to you in step by step. So npx react create react app is the command. Test app is your any name you can give. So when you do this, it will create a folder, and inside that you will have some basic files. So npx create react app and test app or test app 1 or whatever name you want to give. So now when I run this command, it will create this folder, and then it will have a basic application inside it. So you can create it like this. I have put 1 because I already have a test tab 1. So once I press enter, it will do some commands. It will download some modules, and then it will create the folder and then store all the files inside. So these are the steps which it will take. So here you will have a lot of examples which you can execute, but I would suggest just start with the very basic example which I just show, and then you can build over it. And in GitHub is a repository for source code where you can find a lot of lot of applications which you can simply download and basically execute. And also you can upload your code as an example to be available for all the public, or also you can keep it as private. So with this command will take some time to download all the relevant data and also create the applications. So now I'm just going to show you what I have already created, the test app. So here I go inside and you see these folders will be created once you have done with it, like node modules, public source, package lock JSON, and package.json is important file which I'll explain later. But then inside the source you have a CSS JavaScript file, index.javascript file. Basically it's a set of JavaScript, so you'll have the JavaScript and CSS files which are crucial for any web development project. Now I go back to the phone. Now here with the npm start, I start the application. So this will basically start the basic React application, just like an index.html. If you have a basic index.html, you can just run it like that. React is like with this command npm start, this will start the application. This will run on your local host. Local host means it's just your PC. It will have a number, IP, sort of a local IP address number where the application will run. So now it's starting the development server. It's showing where it's going to run. So localhost or 192.168.143, either you can use, and then you copy that and paste it into your browser, and then you will see the basic React application. So that's the first React application which you can build. Very simple and very easy. You don't have too much efforts on it. You don't even need to know programming about it. Just follow these steps and you should be able to run it. So app.js I'm opening, and here is the code which you see basically. So that's the source code where you can basically change something, and also you can play around with the code and see how much you understand. Just try to edit something, try to run it and see what you understand. And you can also post it in the Q&A if you have more questions, then I'll help you on that. It's just a very introduction. I'll post more applications and tutorials on React soon.